Okay, this has absolutely nothing to do with my video here. This is a parts list video. A lot of people contact me in the last 24 hours since I put out a couple of videos asking about the parts to build my Stator. I just want to say up front that it really doesn't make a whole lot of difference how you achieve this, just so long as you achieve the given effect. Because it's really not about my shielding. It's about the design of my Stator, however you choose to go about coming out with your shielding. In other words, you can use mu metal. It's M-U-M-E-T-A-L. It's a favor of a lot of people. It's a little pricey, but makes things easier. Otherwise, you can use good old-fashioned tin shielding. That's all it is. It's just metal pieces of flashing. So anyway, all right. So that's what it is. That's all I'm using. Here's the part number. A lot of people were asking for the exact specifications. Okay, there it is. You can freeze the video now and take a screenshot or write this down. Okay, so that's all I'm using. Okay, you use mu metal. I don't care how you achieve this. It doesn't make any difference. That's not the point of my video. That's not the point of my Stator. The point of the Stator is how I have boxed in the flux, the magnetic field. It's completely boxed in. That's the concept. You box it in with good quality shielding. And I would have rather have worked with mu metal rather than tin flashing. My job would have been a lot easier and a lot faster. Okay, but I don't have that. So I'm just showing you how you can do this with just good old-fashioned everyday materials. So as you can see, I boxed in the magnet in there. So, and the front end's been left open. It's like wide open. It's like a door of a house wide open. So, but all the other walls are closed and shielded. Okay, that's the whole point of my Stator. Okay, I don't care how you go about shielding this so it works properly. But those of you who keep asking me over and over and over, I mean, literally have asked me more times than I can even think of, especially in like the last 24 hours alone, what are my materials? So these are my materials. Okay, I'm using these plastic spacers, which come with the magnets. They come from the manufacturer. Put them in between the magnets so it's easier to separate the magnets from each other. Okay, and then I'm using a 1-inch magnet by 2-inch. Let me get it over here. I got another one right here. Okay, so then we have a 2-inch by 1-inch wide by a 1/4-inch thick magnet. These are neodymium N42 strength magnets. That's neodymium. These don't cost very much. I think maybe $3.50 a piece at magnetforless.com. I don't get any money from them. They're getting free promotion from me. But they seem to have the best price around. Just shop around. You'll figure it out. Okay, and then my other parts right here. This is really strong, even though it's smaller. Good heavens. Gosh. Okay, so this I believe is the magic bullet. Why my wheel turns so beautifully. And many of you all never saw that video before I got taken down twice. And I no longer have the video, and I disassembled my original magnet motor experiment to build a better one. Well, I never finished. I stripped it, took it apart, and haven't rebuilt it. Now that's what I'm going to do here some years and years later. Many people think none of this is real, but I don't fake my results. This is all real genuine research. Amateur? Yes, I'm no professional. But some of the more interesting things that people discover are from just everyday people like me and you. Okay, so this is a 1-inch square neodymium magnet by 1 inch, and it's a 1/4 inch thick with a 1-inch cylindrical magnet on top, which is also a 1/4 of an inch thick. Now, what's interesting about this is that I don't know why, because I'm not a physicist, but this configuration kicks butt. Okay? You can put a square on a square, round on round, or just use one or the other. Only this configuration works really beautifully. You could even feel the cogging going on the wheel. If you don't know what cogging is, C-O-G-G-I-N-G, you'll need to look it up. It's a little bit complicated to explain. But with each passing of this armature magnet, you can feel this very powerful, very absolute motion for each one of these as it passes over the stator. And it cogs with each one. And I have put resistance on the wheel of 2 different kinds, and the wheel just keeps on going. It doesn't slow down. So the interesting thing is, though, this is not about speed. I don't believe this motor will ever going to achieve any speed, but I do see some possibilities to get the speed up, and maybe substantially so. It's more about torque or horsepower, which can be converted over to speed. So that's what I'm using. These are my parts that I'm using. Now, let me put this back. Pinching my fingers. Okay, so what I've done here is a little illustration here where I've done this with 4 layers of shielding. Okay, now you could do this with 3. 3 seems to be ample, but the whole principle here is that each shield layer of 10 doesn't touch each other. This little gap in between makes and breaks everything. But you can eliminate all or most all of this if you use mu metal. Just look it up, mu, M-U-M-E-T-A-L, mu metal. So you can get rid of all this bulk. Okay, but this is what I have to work with. The point is the concept, not the materials I work with. And like I said, you want to, however you want to do it, just build a box that shields the magnet beautifully. Okay? And then allow the front door of the box to be wide open. Now that magnet's recessed way back here too far. So that needs to come forward about there. If you get it too far forward, it doesn't work, because then the flux bleeds out and around to the top. So it needs to be tucked back in a little ways. So that way when the armature magnet comes over the top, you have raw magnet to raw magnet. It sees each other, goes, ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, and then suddenly it's cut off. And all it sees now is the attraction of this metal here. The magnet to metal attraction is weaker than magnet to magnet attraction. And that's the whole principle of this whole thing. Okay? The attraction on this side of the stator is nowhere near as strong as it is on the front side of this. So when the armature magnet comes this way, it gains speed and momentum. And that speed is not all canceled out on the backside, because the backside does not have the same pull or counter pull as it has on the front, because the pull on the front is far greater than the counter pull on the back. And thereby we have an imbalanced system. Murphy's law says Newton's law says for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. But the pull force on the front of this is far greater than the pull force on the back side of this. That's not equal and opposite reaction. So that's what allows each of the armature magnets to cog over this one after another, after another, after another. Okay, it just works wonderful. I didn't fake the results of my videos, though a lot of people say I do. Okay, so this is the parts video that many people have been asking for. Again, it just doesn't matter what materials you use, as long as you effectively cut off the magnet's pull or field or flux field. As long as you cut it off. Now I'll show you something here. Let me show you here real quick. Now these 4 layers, it took 4 layers to really get this effect. And that's a lot of bulk. What is that, about maybe almost an inch? Okay, you can see it's not doing anything. Take this same screw and put it right here over top. And you see, it's magnet. I mean, it's the magnet grabs it. See? Okay, so dang it. Hard to pull off. God. Okay. And then you turn it around. This is falling apart. Maybe bang this back, squeeze this back together. Okay. And you see there's no attraction on the back. So that's the whole principle. So that way, when the armature magnet comes over the top of this, it has no attraction. See, there's no attraction. If I flip this over, now we got attraction. It's trying to pick it up, but can't quite pick it up. Because this is the bottom. We don't care on the bottom. We just don't care. It doesn't matter. Okay? What matters is the top and the front door that's wide open, and you close the back door. The back door needs to be just as shielded, just as well as the top. That way, when the armature magnet passes over the top of this, it doesn't have a counter pull seeing the magnet inside of here. That's the whole point of my stators. Again, it doesn't make any difference what materials that you choose to use, as long as they effectively shield or stop the magnetic flux or field from escaping the box. So I stopped it here and here. And that's all that matters. And you also want to do it on the side so the flux doesn't loop around, which it will. The flux in there will loop around. So you want to cut off all of it from the sides and the back. The bottom, we just don't care unless somebody comes up for a reason that's valid to actually care. Okay? So that's all this is about. That's the parts I use. I showed you the magnets. I showed you the shielding technique. You don't have to use a shielding technique if you don't want to. If you want to purchase some mu metal, then you can get rid of all of the bulk. It's just pretty much that straightforward. That's it. That's all there is to it. I'm currently getting ready to put together a new magnet motor because my first video got taken down twice. I guess it's 10 years ago. And YouTube take down my account each time. And so I just gave up. So anyway, it's many years later now, and I've got it ready to rock, and I'm gonna put it back together, and I'll show you how well this works. Okay, so the shielding part you can do any way you want to, just so long as you achieve what I have done here. All right. Oh, and lastly here, I got 2 of these stators here. Let's see here. This is one of them right here. Okay, that's the front door. You can tell it. I taped over it, but that's the front door. Okay, and the front door is here. So we'll take the front door, and the front door and front door are pointing away from each other. Let's see. Nothing happens. Just nothing. Turn the front doors toward each other. As long as I both got them correctly right side up. There we go. And somebody said, well, it's the difference of the distance of the batteries. But the distance between the thickness of the batteries, it's immaterial. Because you don't have to use the batteries that I put in here. I just did that out of desperation to get this to work. If I had mu metal, I would have used that and saved a lot of thickness. I could make these more compact. Okay, if I have a lot of mu metal, I can make these really, really compact. Okay, but I just don't have the money, the funds right now to be buying all that stuff. So I buy what I can and what resources that I have to work with at the time. So the whole point is the way this physics works is wonderful. So the back side basically is dead, and the front side is wide open and hot with lots of magnetic flux just pouring out of there. Okay, so, and if you take this screw here on the back, you see there's nothing there and nothing here. So you get it. That's the gist of all of this here. Okay, I don't want to make any more videos. I'm so tired of making these things. So if you all have questions, I'll do my best to answer them. But I'm not making any more videos. I'm done with this. The next videos I make, I need to be making of the actual motor itself, assembly, showing the assembly and how to do all of this to making the actual motor itself. And once I get it up and running, then I'll start making some more videos. Limitedly, of course, because once I demonstrate it, I've got other things. I'm trying to move, I'm trying to pack. I have a day job I've got to keep up with. I have other responsibilities as well I've got to keep up with. So I don't have a lot of time for this anymore, and haven't for many years. Also, I haven't been funded. If I had been funded by now, I had made all this put together by now, and everything would have been working. You know, yay or nay, at least we would know where we're going with all of this. Alrighty, that's it, guys. Thank you for your time and watching my video. Sorry this ended up being 16 minutes, but I've tried 3 times to shorten this. It just doesn't work. And I don't edit my videos once I start the film rolling, because then you'll think there's trickery. So other people have made comments that my video is boring because it's not edited to make it interesting. I don't care. This is an educational video. It's not supposed to be entertaining. So again, thank you for watching. I'll let you all go, and hopefully you all have a prosperous and healthy new year in 2019. Take care now.